I really like the car, and that's why I'm nitpicking over here. So now that I've got to live with the car for a few weeks, I found 35 issues that needs rectifying before we move on to modifying the car or doing anything. And these 35 issues are not including normal maintenance, such as brake pads, brake disc maintenance, looking after the car, just like normal daily maintenance. These are 35 issues that need sorting. And the reason why I'm sharing these 35 issues with you, so if you were in my position, or if you've been following up, of course I got this car from the auction, so if you were to do the same, what to expect, also something to look forward and to get excited of what I'm planning to do within the next few months on repairing this car, because I will document everything I do in this channel. So issue number one, the fob, yes it works, but I have to be very close to the car. Actually, I need to be almost like that distance to the car for it to work, for it to unlock and lock and unlock the door, but it doesn't work from far away. So I don't know if this is normal or if there's something I need to do about it. It does bother me that it doesn't work from far away, but I don't know how to resolve it. Actually, if you do know how to resolve this, please let me know down in the comment below. I would love to resolve this. So even though I don't see mold, I can still smell mold. So what I need to do is remove the seats from the car, remove the dashboard, remove the center console, and basically do a proper deep clean. I think it's gonna take me like a full weekend to do all of this. Yeah, it's gonna need proper cleaning, and I think a lot of mold is on the back where, well, you can't see it here, but it is on the fabric in the back. The third issue, now, if you remember, I discussed previously about the leak here in the car, because when I got the car, there was a lot of water, standing water over here. I think I almost fixed it now. And actually, one of you guys helped me last time. I think, if I remember correctly, Sean helped me. So thank you, Sean, for helping me. He told me where the problem is, and I do believe the problem is in the back there. I thought it was the cracked window, but no, it's not the cracked window. It's actually somewhere there. I will explain in future video. So the next problem is rust and corrosion. And the car has plenty of rust and corrosion, just like over here, and it looks like we have real proper issue just over here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's dent, and I think it's the paint, and I don't know if this is repairable or not, but it's very bad. Other places have corrosion. Let me show you. Corrosion here, more rust here, corrosion here, and when we remove the roof, there's also some rust here and rust on the other side. And inside there are plenty of rust under the car. That is actually worrying me, but let's see if this is, you know, something I have to worry about, or just ignore it and just do the outside repairs. This windscreen is cracked, but I think it's easy to repair. I think I have to remove the rubber and buy a new window and just put a new windshield. But yeah, it's cracked from here, but it doesn't look like it's leaking. I thought it was leaking, but it does not look like it's leaking, which is good news. So on the front of the car, I believe there are 2 radiators and also a condenser. So basically the radiator over here is broken. Let me show you. It's separated and fell on the floor over here. This is something, unfortunately, I cannot show you because the car is not on a ramp, but basically most of the plastic pieces under the car that, of course, protects the car from rock chips and etc., they're all damaged, broken. Some left, some disappeared. Whatever is left is held with zip ties, not with bolts or anything. So I'm not too sure what we're gonna do about that, if I'm gonna buy new ones or I'm gonna try to fix it with putting new bolts or whatnot, but it's all held with zip ties rather than actual plastic, so I'm not sure. All of the wheel arches are damaged and none of them match the other. So over here, for example, we have a small piece. On the other side, it doesn't even exist. Let me show you. Over here, it's missing and it's all damaged. On the other side as well, I forgot to show you, but it's all held with zip ties. This one is also held from zip ties from the bottom, and more corrosion over here. Over here, the rear, that's damaged and broken. You can see, I can put my finger inside, so that needs repairing. This one looks completely different, as if like it's been taken out, and I don't know what's going on with this one. Something is wrong with it. And then over here, that piece of trim is broken. So I have attempted to replace the normal light with LED light. This light is, you can see, is faded, so that needs doing something about it. I'm not sure if I can just sand it. It looks very smooth, so I'm not sure if it can go away or I need to replace it. So that's damaged. I don't know if you can see, but basically it's very pale. You cannot see anything. This one is all right, but you know what? This is damaged. And when I try to remove this one, the bracket behind it is completely damaged. and I couldn't put the cable behind it correctly, and I just end up damaging more the bracket. So I'm going to replace the bracket. I already bought the bracket, and this is one of the jobs that I have to do. So look out for the future videos. I'm going to sort out the lights and replace the bracket and all the the wiring and the fittings as well. This piece of trim is supposed to have a screw over here to hold it in place, but at the moment it's not held by anything and it's just hanging, and more or less it's the same on the other side. So I need to sort this out. I really don't know what to do. I think it needs a screw, maybe glue from inside. That needs sorting out. The paint here, more corrosion and more scratches. The paint is in a very, very bad condition. So the previous owner decided that it's absolutely fine to put a screw from underneath the carpet, well, from underneath the car all the way to the top, and you can see over there there's a very, very sharp screw that is hard. It's very sharp and really dangerous, and I don't know what to do. If I were to remove the screw, is it going to leak? Do I need to have a filler? What do I need to do about this? I honestly have no idea. I need to remove this piece of plastic basically and see what's underneath it. It could be full of rust. I'm really not too sure what to do. The side mirror completely fell out while I was driving, so I just put a tape over here to stick it back, but of course I need to replace it. This is a heated mirror, so I need to sort it out. And if I'm honest with you, I don't want to spend a lot of money because it's very expensive from the dealer, so I'm just trying to see what I can do about it without spending a lot of money to trying to glue it maybe or replace it or something like that. It's not, the mirror is not actually damaged, it fell out. It deglued itself and it just fell out. The driver window, just forget about it. Basically it's absolutely horrible. What's happening is every time it goes up and down, it makes a very, very loud squeaking noise. I tried to fix it, but actually I am in the middle of fixing it at the moment, so I am going to make a video about fixing the window. So I think in one of the future videos it will be about me fixing the window and fixing that leak. I think that's the first thing I need to do, is fix that leak and fix that window, and then we'll see what's going to happen. But basically it's very annoying, and actually I am struggling to get in and out of the car. It's not just the window squeaking, we have another problem that every time I open and close the door, the window only temporarily goes down, but it doesn't go down all the way, so it goes down a little bit. I'm not going to show you. I'll show you what I mean on the other side. This is the passenger door, but basically when I put the window down, it should do that, which it does. But then when I let go of the handle, so when I let go of the handle, it goes back up, which is weird. It should stay down, like this one is staying down. When I close it, it should go back up. But basically when I touch the handle, it goes down and then goes back up. So something is not right, and I think it's to do with the lock, so I have to replace the lock, which is definitely something I need to sort out. So let me show you. For example, now the light is on, so when I open the car, it recognizing the car is open, and if obviously it's beeping at me. I don't know if you can hear it. It's beeping at me because they kept the light turned on, and that light is on. But once I release the door handle, look, once I release the door handle, it thinks the door is closed. So now it believes the door is closed and the light will turn off. Now it's not turning off, but the light will turn off because it thinks that the door is closed. So that's the situation. And hence, that's why every time I release the handle, the window goes up, because it thinks it's in a closed position. So I think it's to do with this bit here, which I made an order for it and I'm waiting for the part. And once I receive the part, I'm going to replace this bit here. I think it's to do with this, I'm not too sure. So it's the window is two issues, two separate issues. The squeaking and the fact that it goes up and down whenever it wants. It has its mind of its own. In a driver's seat position, can you see how this one is stuck in like closed or open position? It's supposed to be like this here, but instead it's in this position, and you can see that it's not showing me any light or anything like this. But if I were to see, now it came out, and once it's out, it will show me here that there's a seatbelt fault. See, it doesn't go back up, so I'm not too sure. It may need just greasing. I really don't know. I don't know, maybe just need some oil. It could be just an easy fix, you know what? It could be just needing oil. And of course, as you know, the car is manual, so every time I shift gears, I have to press on the clutch. And every time I press on the clutch, it makes a very, very weird noise. I think I recorded it previously while I was driving. I'm going to insert the clip for it right now. What is that? Okay, so this is me being picky, but nowhere in the car I can see cup holders. Where am I supposed to put my drinks? There are no cup holders whatsoever. Now, over here, there is a bit of space. Now, I thought that was a cup holder where you put the cups, but no, it's not. I don't know what's this for. I mean, you could barely fit anything there. So I'm not sure what is it for. Is this the cup holder? Am I missing something here? Is there like a secret cup holder that I'm supposed to have over here and I don't know about it? I mean, I looked everywhere. I'm not too sure. So maybe I need to install something. Maybe I will install something here, something, I don't know, a square stuff that comes out and put, I don't know. Am I missing something here? I've looked everywhere. There are no cup holders. Unless I'm going crazy, there are honestly no cup holders. Sometimes the whole, you can see here, the whole thing just comes out. Like really, it's just, the whole thing just comes out. And there are multiple screws, like over here, multiple screws are missing. I don't know if you can see it. Multiple screws are missing and trims just come off with my hand. So I think someone messed with this door previously because, yeah, it's all the trim pieces are just broken. So that needs, I don't know. I think it's just clipped it back. I don't know, but that needs fixing. And over here is also, that's cracked. So I need a new one. So I don't know if this is normal or maybe it's just me. Okay, maybe because I'm used to different cars. But basically, when I put the signal light, listen. Is so fainted, really. If I put the AC on, you cannot hear it. So I don't know if this is normal or there's something wrong with the speakers, but you can see it's on, but I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up on the camera. I will try to boost the sound as much as possible, but basically over here is so fainted. My voice is louder than the signal sound, and I can barely hear it. When I'm driving, I definitely cannot hear it. So the passenger seat, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but most time it does not work. It doesn't move forward and back easily, or never. Basically, you cannot move it forward, or if you move it forward, you can put it back, but it's super difficult to put it back. So I think something wrong with the tracks, or maybe needs greasing. I'm not too sure. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like proper clean the car. So when I disassemble everything and I take the seats out, I'll have a look at it and see if I can fix it. I think it's fixable. Maybe. I think it's fixable. I think it just needs a bit of grease and maybe just alignment or something like that. But yeah, the seat it's impossible to move forward and back easily, really. It's I'll tell you what, my wife, when she sits here, she cannot move it back and forward. I have to move it back and forward, and I have to like actually punch it to move it back and forward, and I have to use a lot of muscles. And definitely not while you're driving, you have to, you know, stop nearby and somewhere and sort it out. So just like most cars in the world, if you were to leave the door open while you're trying to lock the car will let you know that you left the door open. But right now, both doors are locked. The front bonnet, whatever you want to call it, is locked. The rear, I don't know what it called again, is locked. Everything else is locked. But when I lock the car, listen to this. It beeps at you, or beeps at me. And the reason why it beeps, because I think there's a sensor that is missing somewhere. And it could be the driver door, or I noticed something. There's a cable under the center here that I saw it out. It was out. I did see it was out, and I shoved it back in. I think that sensor is like a macro switch that tells it that this is open and closed. So I think what I'm going to do, once I disassemble the car and once I disassemble everything from inside, once I disassemble the middle, I'm going to take a look at that cable, and I think that cable will fix the alarm issue, because right now I'm having alarm issues, by the way, which I haven't mentioned. Yeah, so another problem is I'm having an alarm issues, but again, the problems are becoming too much, so I'm going to sort that alarm issue in a different, complete separate video. So there is a crack in the rear light over here. You can see it's a big crack, and so that needs replacing. And if I'm replacing that, I think I need to replace this one, because I remember seeing a crack over here. I think, yeah, that's it. That's over here. I've seen a crack. So basically new headlights, front headlights, and new rear lights in the back. So I waited for a day when it's not raining, and my wife and I, we removed the hard top and we looked at the soft top, and bad news, the soft top opens, and while it's opening, if you want to change your mind and want to put it back, it doesn't go back. You have to complete the cycle. You have to put it all the way up, and then you put it all the way back. So you can't halfway through change your mind and decide, hey, I want to put it back and down. No, you put it all the way up, and then we'll put it all the way down. I don't know if this is normal or not. Please, if you own a Porsche, please let me know if this is normal or not. I don't think it's normal. But anyway, let's continue. Another thing, the fabric in the back is ripped. So I think I can fix it. I'm not too sure. It looks like it's peeled more than it's ripped. It is not fully ripped. I think it's peeled, but I think it needs double-side tape, and I think it needs glue, but I think I can sort it. And I managed to take a look at the engine. It was full of dust, and it was full of spider webs. I don't think this car has been serviced for at least 5 years. I don't think anyone touched it for 5 years. And the power steering fluid is leaking a lot. I am pretty confident that this fuel cap is actually damaged, because if I open, you can see over here, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but I think the rubber is completely separated and damaged. But that does not look good whatsoever. Yeah, maybe needs a bit of cleaning and a new fuel cap. So unfortunately, the car is leaking oil, and I do believe the oil is coming somewhere between the engine and transmission. I haven't had the chance to properly take a look at it because, well, I haven't had the chance to jack it up. It's as simple as that. I did put my phone underneath, and that's how I saw the leak. Of course, there were leaks on my driveway as well, but that is the situation. Besides that, I have, well, the previous owner put an aftermarket exhaust, which is great. It sounds nice. But when you're driving on a motorway, between about 2,000 to 3,000 RPM, or maybe 2.5 RPM, it has I think I searched it, and the correct term for it is exhaust drone. I think that's what it is. It sounds and it's very loud. It's not nice. It's like a big humming, and actually it's not pleasant to be driving on high speed, like on a motorway and just cruising and just relaxing. It's not that comfortable. So I need to do something about that. Either replace the exhaust or replace the full exhaust. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do about it, but I know it's gonna be expensive. So the previous owner installed a short shifter. That means he changed the underneath the gear, and you can see how broken it is. And he changed the underneath, and basically he put something really, really cheap. And yeah, it doesn't work that good, or I don't like it. I'm not too sure, but well, maybe it's getting better now, but before it was very stiff, and now it's okay. I think I'm gonna put something a bit better quality, because I think this is just an eBay. Maybe it cost him £20, maybe £30, I'm not too sure. And while we're here, this radio is absolutely not working. Turn off so we don't get copyright. But basically, this radio is completely not working, and the screen is garbage. But anyway, I think I'm going to put a new stereo, maybe Android Auto or something like this. I'm not too sure, but I think I'm going to take an opportunity to upgrade the interior. The next problem is suspension. The suspension is horrible. There's no other way to describe it but horrible. A lot of creaking, a lot of noises, and I think one of the springs, maybe the spring over here on driver's side, I think is damaged. I think it's rusty. I don't know what is going on. I need to put it on a lift and understand what is happening, or on Jackson and understand what's happening, but I think something is damaged because something is rattling, and it's not horrible as in like it's a sporty or it's like stiff horrible. No, I know something is broken. I could feel it. I could feel something is broken. Something is not right. And by the way, everything I mentioned here, or everything I mentioned so far, that has nothing to do with, look how bad the tire is. I don't know if you can see how bad cracked it is, or how bad the cracked is from here, or the fact that the brakes are not working properly, or the disc brake needs replacing, or that is broken there. So that is not including tires, that's not including proper maintenance, that's not including, you know, I mean like regular maintenance, like oil or oil filter, or, you know, air intake, or cabin filter, or any kind of filter basically, like just normal regular maintenance. So since he changed the exhaust, or maybe that's from before, I'm not too sure, the O2 sensor is going crazy and actually is throwing a warning on a dashboard over there to tell me there's something wrong with the O2 sensor, because, well, there's a problem with the O2 sensor. I don't know if this is an exhaust problem. I don't know if the O2 sensor needs replacing, but I tell you what, I could smell fumes or whatever it is when the exhaust is on. So I'm not too sure. So this video is coming across like I'm being negative. I am complaining about the car and I'm showing you a lot of issues. But honestly, that's not the situation. The situation is I really, really like the car, and that's why I'm nitpicking over here. And why I'm doing that? Because I am planning to keep the car, to keep it for the long term. So I am planning to fix the car really good. I think I'm falling in love with this car. Honestly, guys, like, okay, a normal person, not me, a normal person, not crazy like me, will take the car the way it is and just drive it, because it's actually fully legal to be driven on the road the way it is right now. You don't need to do anything about it. You can literally just You do nothing. Maybe if you want to change oil, that's it, do a service. Do a service and then just move on with life and just do your thing. But I think it's worth investing in this car. I have a good feeling about this car. I truly do. I think it's worth investing in this car because it looks good, doesn't it? This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna fix everything. I think all of these repairs, I'm estimating roughly, it will cost me, what are you thinking, 3 grand, 4 grand, 5 grand? If I have a full exhaust system, full suspension system, like all the suspensions are replaced, all the brakes, all the tires, fix the oil leak and fix all the stuff inside the car, you know, the extra things inside the car, fix the stereo, fix the soft top, and maybe fix the paint. Maybe repaint the car, or maybe wrap the car. Maybe put a spoiler in the back, modified it. Should we add a turbo? Should we add a supercharger? How can we increase power? Should we mess around with the ECU? We need to start doing work on this car. And I wanna make it really, really powerful. But I wanna make it comfortable, powerful. So I don't care about dyno figures. I care about 0 to 30. Anyway, guys, the car is behind me and I have to start working on it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and just remember, I wasn't complaining, I'm just telling you that we're gonna fix all these problems. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. See you next one. Bye-bye.